Hey guys, in this video I thought it'd be fun to share my YouTube journey thus far, kind of where it took me and how I got there and where I believe it's leading to. So I have a plan, I have a destination in mind and a goal and objective to reach that. Now, of course, things don't always go according to plan, but you have to have a plan, but it's got to be loose enough where you could refine it, you could evolve it along the way, and then there's no reason why you can't get to your destination. Though it may take years, there's no reason why you can't get there. Anyway, in this video, I'm kind of going to break down from the humble YouTube beginnings. The amazing thing about social media and YouTube, by the way, is all the networking you can do, the people you can meet, because that creates opportunities. But just remember one thing, luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So be ready, be prepared, so when that opportunity comes, you can take advantage of it. But I want to just reminisce a little bit, because I have this notebook where I wrote a couple of different things, a couple of different goals, a couple of different milestones. So anyway, January 1st, 2020, I had literally written down in my goal journal that by the end of spring, I'll have 1,000 YouTube subs. And I wrote how. Obviously, you have to have steps. I put post consistent videos, one video a week, 1 hour each weeknight is which I'd be working on it, because I had a lot of obligations, working full-time as a stockbroker, I'm working out all the time, I'm doing martial arts, I got other obligations. So I told myself I can at least devote 1 hour on this so-called side hustle, the so-called YouTube thing, which I did, which would allow me to put out 1 video a week. And I would want to do trending topics, which I haven't always done and still don't even do to this day, which is probably why my channel's not as big as it should be. But anyway, it's a good reminder. I had an update on April 6th. I had 92 subs so far, and I also wrote that I'm not doing the trending videos. So that obviously wasn't the end of spring, April 6th, but my goal by the end of spring was 1,000, and I had amassed a whopping 92 subs.
Loser.
And I started this in September of 2019, by the way. So on January 1st until April 6th, I have only had, up to that point, 92 subscribers. But I had an update on March 9th, where I finally got a trending video last week, the Mike Tyson 2020 comeback. So now, on May 9th, only a month after that other update, I was up to 250 subs, so I more than doubled it, almost tripled it. And I had 22,000 views on that video already. Fast forward 9 days, May 18th, 2020. That Mike Tyson video had 166,000 views, and I did a second Mike Tyson video, right? Gotta ride that momentum, ride that trending topic. That had 130,000 views, and I was up to 991 subs. So, even though May 18th was a little past the end of spring, writing it down and having that in my thoughts, I almost got the 1,000 subs. 1 week later, May 25th, I had over 1,000 subs and applied for monetization, which you need 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours of watch time to do so. And I got monetized. I had 1,905 subs. So these Mike Tyson videos really started blowing up. And I had a new goal.
$1 million!
So my goal on January 1st of 2020 was getting 1,000 subs by the end of spring. See, now I set it because I was getting good momentum and stuff, it was building. On May 25th, the goal was to get 10,000 subs on YouTube by the end of the year. But the video kept going, and then some of my other topics I have done on different martial arts stars like Mark Dacascos, Jeff Speakman, Philip Ree started taking off. So the subs really started growing. On June 23rd of 2020, I wrote, I should break 10,000 by the end of the week, and I want 25,000 by the end of the year. See, as you're hitting these different milestones, your goals are going to increase, right? That's just natural. It's like, okay, I hit 1,000, next goal 10,000. Okay, I hit 10,000, next goal 25,000. Obviously from there, it's like, okay, let me try to get to 100,000, which I've done. It took a while, but I've done that on this channel.
Mission accomplished.
And then of course, there were setbacks. On August 16th, I wrote I was going to break 13,000 subs by tomorrow, which would be a little over halfway towards my goal by the end of the year. I wrote that momentum was slowing down. And then on September 30th of the following year, 2021, so it's been a while, I was going to break 40,000 subs. And the goal, because what I was doing was going to be 100,000 by the end of 2021. So, things had slowed down, but I was still focused on the goal, of course. And there's other issues that arose where I started getting copyright claims on older videos. and things of that nature. Anyway, I thought that was worth sharing, just to kind of let you guys know how the channel evolved. And the crazy thing is, I was talking about boxing, obviously, with this big fight. I was talking about action and martial arts films. But what ended up happening because of the channel, where I started getting noticed by certain people, I started meeting people, I started networking, it really, I basically became what I always talk about and what I think about. Because, of course, Sean David, the producer of The Last Kumite, had reached out to me because he found me because of the YouTube channel, and then he found out I was a martial artist because of my Instagram stuff, which, by the way, follow me on Instagram, Real Viking Samurai. Long story short, I was a part of The Last Kumite, and that's even me doing the helicopter kick on the back. Like, isn't that insane? Because like many of you, I've watched Bloodsport too many times to count, and the fact that I ended up fighting in the movie Kumite, that's quite something. That all got manifested in reality, a big reason because of this channel. And then as far as the boxing goes, and this was a lot of network where I met a guy who knew a guy who knew a guy who knew a guy, and I met Damon Feldman, the head of Celebrity Boxing, had a conversation, met up with him in lunch in Philly, and I got signed to Celebrity Boxing. Of course, I had a smaller fight on March 9th of this year, which last year in late November, I tore my bicep, but I was healed enough where I felt like I could fight in March, and I did. And that led to more stuff, where there's a big story behind this. Anyway, I've been telling people and talking about, hey, I'm going to get a big fight, And I put it in my head, and people thought I was crazy. Literally, the comments section was like, oh, you're never going to get a big fight and all this other stuff. Well, basically, I talked and networked myself into getting this Sugar Shane Mosley fight. Now, the issue is, of course, I dislocated my shoulder, which is a setback. It's recovering pretty good, but that's a setback. But I know I can get another big fight. I will get another big fight because I've already got one. So even though I missed that opportunity because of an injury, it's almost like if you're a millionaire, if somebody made $1 million and they lost it, they have the confidence and know-how to get it back. Whereas somebody who never made $1 million may think, oh, I'll never make $1 million. And someone with like that small mindset and that limiting belief set will probably never make $1 million because they're basically telling themselves that, and it works on a subconscious level. So when you dream big, you think big, sometimes it rubs people the wrong way. People watching this channel, I don't really know why it would rub you the wrong way. And that's a very small minority. A lot of people really like to see the process and the progress that I'm making evolve. But if you think about it, like pretty much everybody I talk about on the channel has thought big things and dreamt big things and executed. And that's why I talk about them on the channel, whether it's Jean-Claude Van Damme, Steven Seagal, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, and many others. At one point, people thought these guys were crazy and delusional, were never going to accomplish anything, especially Arnold. Yet he dominated bodybuilding, he dominated action films, he dominated business. I mean, he went pretty much as far as he could in politics. He wasn't born in this country, so I mean, he could be governor in California. Pretty much, if he was born in the U.S., I guarantee you at one point he would have probably been president of the United States. He would have went to the top of the top because of his crazy, what people would call, before it happens, delusional belief. But you guys need to develop that. You guys need that confidence, and confidence is built by putting the work in. For example, like The Last Kumite, it wasn't just because I had some YouTube channel talking about martial arts movies. I was in shape. I've been training martial arts my whole life, so I was qualified and skilled enough to do this film. Plus, I've been doing acting. A lot of people who've seen this film said, hey, actually, your acting's really good in there. It's like, some people thought, oh, okay, well, he looks okay and his martial arts are good enough. But no, man, like, this really got a lot of attention and actually led to other things, crazy enough. Speaking of which, this film, my first lead, Bloodstorm, will be out in a few months. A lot of that has to do with distributors. The reason I bring all this up, and people will make fun of me for this, which I think actually turned out pretty damn good, especially considering the budget. And they'll make fun of this and say, oh, you're just some like D-list actor.
Jeez, that's cold, man.
Look, man, I'm building credits, I'm getting experience. My mind is not set on staying as like a so-called D-list actor that people make fun of me for. It's like, no, it's moving to B-list and then A-list. And I believe I could do it. And that's the only reason why I have a chance, because I literally believe this stuff. So I encourage all of you guys to dream big, think big, execute, come up with the strategy, look where you want to be, and then reverse engineer it and put these little goals into place where you could get there. And it takes time, just like it's going to take time for me to get like to be like an A-list actor, for example. But you got to start on the smaller projects first, and you got to network yourself. You got to get the skills, experience, and everything else to at least have a chance, but you need that belief that you can do it. Crazy enough though, I was going to be the first YouTuber to beat a legendary boxer even before Jake Paul, assuming he beats Mike Tyson, because they were initially going to fight in July. My fight was September 28th. Theirs got pushed back to November 15th. So I would have literally been the first and only guy who started off on YouTube who beat a boxing legend, which in my case, of course, would have been Sugar Shane Mosley. And my whole crazy journey had me believing that I could beat Shane Mosley. And I think I could have, and that would have actually led to the Mike Perry fight. And Mike Perry said he'd actually talk to his people if I beat Mosley. And David Feldman, the president of the BKFC, said if I beat Mosley, he'd give me a super fight. I don't know what opponent would be, but there would be interest there. So people think even my pursuit is insane. But it's steps, it's progress, it's a strategy. Guys, for even more content where I cover things not related to action films and martial arts, make sure to subscribe to my other channel, Off Topic with Viking Samurai, linked in the description below. Now that's the one where I can really do the trending topics. That's the one that's going to blow up like crazy.